Breaking news here on Martyn Lucas Investor. We've been covering Intel the last couple of days, and we've got some more information for you now, just out. Do tap the like button if you like this information, and consider subscribing to our channel. We go live 12 hours a day. We aim to be the most honest, real channel in the world. I have the highest engagement rate of any channel in the world. 98% of my live viewers are members, higher than Mr. Beast and Meet Kevin and Bloomberg combined. Go and check it out on Social Blade. I'm here not to pump and dump stocks or even to sell anything of my own. Everything is provided here for my members and for free of charge. I am here only owning the S&P. I don't pump and dump stocks, but I do like to share the news, the facts with everybody, and give everyone a voice, answer everyone's questions, and make the videos that you asked me to make in the best way and the most honest way possible. So here is the information. We heard about the potential takeover from Qualcomm, but here's some very latest information only out a few seconds ago, sent in by one of my researchers, Fight Channel. Thank you, Fight Channel. Go and check him out in October, by the way. He's got a lot of Barbie videos coming out. You'll see what I mean. Intel acquisition by Qualcomm unlikely. Apollo investment possible. Analysts say. Let's have a look here. We heard this rumor about a Qualcomm takeover, and you may remember the stock on Intel popped up and it went down on Qualcomm. Well, there's a reason for that, because Qualcomm, it means a major expense for them, for their shareholders. It might be good news going forward, otherwise the management wouldn't pursue it. However, initially it goes down because they're going to spend a lot of money. However, for a struggling company like Intel, that was good news. The stock popped up. That's why we get the reverse of each of the companies. However, we've now got this information, and it may not be happening, but it might be happening with another company. Let's have a look. Intel being acquired by Qualcomm appears unlikely. Remember what we said remember what we said when we broke the news for you on Friday night? We literally broke the news as it happened. The stock swung 10%, and I said, don't chase it. It's a buy the rumor, sell the news. What happened? Half of the gains came back down again. So be very, very careful if you are buying that. I don't mind buying on the way up when I know something is going to be more. I don't chase a stock. Never, ever chase a stock. Intel being acquired by Qualcomm appears unlikely, according to multiple investment firms, despite reports indicating discussions between the semiconductor companies last week. Similar to other proposed mega deals that were unable to clear high regulatory hurdles, such as Nvidia's bid to acquire ARM Holdings, Broadcom's Avgo proposal to acquire Qualcomm, and Qualcomm's attempt to acquire NXP Semiconductors. Everyone's acquiring everybody. Why don't we all just become one giant big company run by me? There we go. And then we can all just get over ourselves. All right. Anyway, there's a thought for you. Leave your comments below. Should we end up taking over all these companies and I'd be the CEO and the president? What the hell? Let's go the whole way of the United States. Let's do it. Let's conquer the world like a big villain. We believe that a Qualcomm INTC deal would be unlikely to garner regulatory approval, said Stifel analyst Ruben Roy, and in an investor note. Such an acquisition would allow Qualcomm to diversify into more semiconductor markets and bring in strategic enterprise clients. It would also create the largest semiconductor company on the planet, with Qualcomm's $33 billion revenue combined with Intel's $52 billion, according to Bank of America. However, we believe the challenges overwhelm the potential benefits with tough regulatory environments, specifically in China, which historically has taken years to even consider medium-sized transactions. So scale CPU dominance works against the potential Qualcomm-Intel combination, said Bank of America analyst led by Vivek Arya. Both companies are extremely reliant on China sales. China sales, a whole different situation there, is the difficulties facing China right now. China serves as Intel's largest market, accounting for 26% of its revenue in 2023. Meanwhile, approximately 60% of Qualcomm's revenue in 2023 came from China and Hong Kong. Qualcomm sales to Chinese smartphone makers increased 40% over the first half of fiscal 2024. Intel also has 50 billion plus in debt. We shared with you the analysis on the previous video. Go and check that out. We shared you the whole balance sheet of the company. You might want to go and have a little look at that. I'm just watching the wires for some breaking news. I'll bring this into the show. This is important.
Manufacturing PMI 47.0. We're expecting a number well over 48. In the rearview mirror, 47.9. This is the
manufacturing
weakest in June
PMI
of last year. Now, if we look at the services, it is above 50, 55.4, but it's still the weakest since, well, just July of this year. And if we look at the composite, 54.4, same scenario. It's over 50, but it's the softest since July of this year as well. So 2 out of 3 are above 50. Services, of course, pushing up the composite. And similar to Europe, manufacturing not doing well. Think Germany here. And some highlights to keep and pay attention to. We do have 2s, 5s, and 7s.
Okay, some breaking news there. Just to add to this video about Intel. I just wanted to bring that to you as we were covering this story. However, now we're talking about Qualcomm might not get the deal. What about Apollo? Apollo opportunity. Separately, Apollo Global, APO, has considered investing such as $5 billion in Intel. Wells Fargo said a merger between Intel and Qualcomm has a low probability, but an equity-like investment from Apollo is much more feasible. We think an Apollo investment would be a positive sign of confidence. However, the extent of existing shareholder dilution would be a key consideration, said Wells Fargo analyst Aaron Rakers in an investor note. As a reminder, in June, Intel and Apollo announced an agreement in which Apollo would lead an $11 billion investment in Intel's Fab 34 in Ireland, Apollo receiving a 49% equity interest in the JV. Okay, so we'll go back to the stock right now, and you can see that Intel is rising at the moment 2%. Qualcomm, which was down, is now rising. Now, could that be because of the belief it's not going to go through? Because it did overreact. Let me refresh the screen. You will find it's gone green. There you go. This may be the fact that people think it's not going to happen, hence the stock going up because it overreacted. When it heard about this, it dumped. It presents an opportunity to buy Qualcomm. So I like Qualcomm. Qualcomm is a great business. You might like to buy Qualcomm right now because Qualcomm overreacted and sold off on the news. Let's remember, if it's a good deal, ultimately Qualcomm will go and set new highs. It would be good, okay? If it doesn't come off, doesn't matter, it's going to go back to the trajectory it was on before because it got oversold. So Qualcomm could be a buy for you right now if you are looking to diversify, maybe in an overreaction. Whichever way, I mean, whatever. You might like semiconductors anyway, and it doesn't really matter to you, but you got a bit of a discount right now. So anyway, there you go. Breaking news. I want to thank Fight Channel for sending that in. And thank you very much indeed. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Also, I'd like to suggest that you go and check out the full Intel video, because over here, I did analysis on it. I shared with you the balance sheet, the profit, the loss, and another perspective as well. Its markets, its debt position. I'll put that here. And down here, I will put my new psychology of investing. You know, I did a video about the psychology of investing recently. Well, I just recorded a new one today, and that is cash king or is cash trash? Cash or not to cash? That's the question down here. I'll put that there. That's part 2 of the psychology of investing. All right, go and check that out. In the meantime, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.